Hello everyone, welcome to Mind Your Money. I am going to be setting up our first paycheck budget for April in this video, so please give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to the channel. So I recorded this video basically during the time where my children were very loud, so please forgive the voiceover. I do enjoy creating YouTube videos and sharing our journey with you guys because, again, we found support here, and I am just so grateful to have an audience of people who are like me, just trying to help themselves and their families get to financial freedom. So in setting up this paycheck, I'm using my new paycheck budget worksheet that is available on my website, just in case anyone is interested. And it's available in a digital version as well as a printable version. So you pay one time, you keep it for as long as you like. So our budgeted income is $950 because we do a zero-based budget, making sure every dollar has an assignment. So our offering is $60. Our tithe is budgeted at $69. And I've added a new line item called annual bills so we could save up for all of the things that we have to pay for annually or semi-annually. And of course, I have a section where we write our top priority. So for this first week of April, and the payday is for April 1st, we're focusing on putting money towards our emergency fund and making sure we contribute to our annual bills savings account. Now, I have 10 different funds that I want to make sure we put money in. That's our Amazon, because we just paid Amazon Prime, so we want to start filling that up again. Our wellness fund, our clothing fund, our gifts fund, our Costco fund, our Christmas fund, renter's insurance, because we have to start putting towards that now so we can pay for it in full in December, and our vehicle fund, our vehicle insurance fund, and back to school. So I didn't have enough space to write those in on the worksheet, so I just extended the list to other, because sometimes we're not going to be able to put money in all of those funds. And my kids are banging on the door trying to get into the room. So making sure that we have a plan that will work, I had to just adjust how much money we were putting towards our funds. And at the end of the video, you'll see what happens, because I actually have 11 funds and not 10. But one of them I decided to skip, which is our PC and Life Fund, because we don't need to recertify for our professional licenses just yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip that one. Now, for our cash expenses, I already pulled out all of the cash that we would need to use to stuff our spending envelopes and do some savings challenges and some of our miscellaneous and household envelopes for the month of April. So the cash that I am allocating here is not coming from the income that we're expecting to receive on the 1st of April. So I hope that makes sense. I pulled out enough to be able to stuff all of those cash envelopes. So when it comes time for me to close out the paycheck budget, I'm using cash that I pulled out in March. So I was trying to calculate how much money we needed to put towards each envelope, and you'll see me make some little changes here and there, and I'm just trying to make sure all of the money that I have being put aside makes sense. Okay. We are actually going to invest in TD Ameritrade as well. Now, for the first quarter of the year, I was investing as much money as I could in our M1 Finance taxable brokerage. But going forward for the second quarter, we're going to start increasing our positions and buying new assets via TD Ameritrade. Even though our main focus is the emergency fund, I really do want to make sure we start putting money in TD Ameritrade so that we can have another source of not just dividend income, but a place where we can pull from when it's time for us to retire. So the total of our cash expenses is $125. And even though I'm calculating all of the buckets, meaning our giving bucket, our savings bucket, our investing bucket, our funds, and our cash expenses and our bills, the actual amount is less than what I write in the total here when I try to calculate our zero-based budget, because I've already pulled out the cash, so we don't need to pull from this paycheck. So I hope that makes sense. I am new to just using cash because we only started giving ourselves cash money for spending last year, just before we became debt free. And I realized after working out the budget that maybe we should cut back on some of the spending money and some of the challenges so we can have more money to throw at the emergency fund. But I felt like we've been doing this for so long. 3 years we've been working towards creating a budget, saving money, building an emergency fund, and just being a little bit tired because the pandemic kind of wore us out, honestly. And with all the things that happened recently, with my boss dying suddenly, with, the loss of my job, and, just other family things, I really want to make sure we have some money to have some fun with. So I'm trying to weigh the options there. So if anybody has any, suggestions for me, I would gladly welcome them. So our planned expenses is, on paper, it's $1,049, but in actuality, it's $924 because the cash expenses, I already have that in hand. So our cushion is going to be lowered to about $99, and we did not come up with a zero-based budget. However, again, the cash money, the cash expenses, I already have that, so I don't need to pull it. So you'll see the calculator say that, and I appreciate you for being here. Remember to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Thanks so much for being here. Bye for now.